Hi everyone, I am Vaisakh Sabu, a psychologist, and in today's video, I will be talking about the 4 main causes of depression with clear examples for each and how we can take steps to overcome them. Cause number 1, the wrong choices that we make in life. Yes, this is one of the major reasons that causes a person to fall into depression. Let's take a guy named Rahul. Rahul is quite handsome. He is from a very good family, even has a very good circle of friends. Now, Rahul fell in love with this girl who is not of such a very good character. All his friends tell him, dude, she's not the right person for you. But Rahul is adamant. He believes that he can change her. So, ignoring everyone's advice, he goes into a relationship with this girl. Even during the relationship, he is blind to the unfaithful activities she is indulging in behind his back. Finally, a day comes when she finds a better person than our hero and decides to dump him. His entire world comes crashing down in an instant. He is unable to accept the fact that he was the only person blind to reality and that she was not whom she portrayed to be and that he couldn't even change her. So starts a period of self-hatred and self-blame, and there is a high chance that Rahul can fall into depression or even turn into an alcoholic if any of his friends introduce him into alcohol at this stage in his life. Anyone close to Rahul can easily see that it was his wrong choice of falling in love with the wrong person that led him into depression. Now, there can be many variations of this story where the guy is bad and the girl is good, or both of them are good or both of them are bad and the family doesn't agree. But I use this example because there are millions of guys all around the world who fall into this destructive path of making the wrong choices based on their circumstances and are not able to overcome and learn from it. I'll be doing a video for all you men out there on how to overcome a breakup. Because you guys are awesome and you guys deserve to come out of this destructive path. There are already many videos on YouTube on how to overcome a breakup, 2 of which I found really good. I have linked to it in the description below. Make sure you guys check it out. Cause number 2, the wrong choices that others make for us. This is particularly applicable for children. When we are kids, the amount of freedom to make choices regarding our life is quite limited. It is basically our parents or other adults who make these choices for us. Let's take a kid named Nevin. Nevin wants to become a hairstylist. He loves cutting hair. He believes that he will become a titan if he enters this field. Unfortunately for Nevin, whose parents are government employees, the very thought of their son becoming a barber gives them nightmares. So they push and force him into doing what they believe will make him happy and secure his future in the long run. They put him through any of the intolerable and soul-killing entrance classes and get him admission into any of the IITs or medical colleges. There is a high chance that he might come out with a good degree and even a very good job. But there is even a greater probability that he will start hating his job. He will start hating his parents for this. And finally, he will start hating himself and then fall into depression. Now, we can again see the cause of his depression to the wrong choice that his parents made for him. Rather than supporting and helping their kid find his passion and make a living out of it, they pushed him into doing what they thought would be good for him. Cause number 3, unavoidable events and circumstances in life. There are a lot of events in our life over which we have no control over. The death of a loved one tops this list. The death of a son or a daughter is something a mom cannot come in terms with. It is a pain that can never be measured and can be only known by experience. There is a high chance that parents undergoing this trauma can go into depression. In a war zone, most people are depressed. Why? Because they are living in fear. They do not know whether they will be alive to see the sunrise the next day, whether they will be able to feed their kids. Most people they know will be dead. Who won't be depressed in such a situation? Most soldiers who are going into wars fall into depression and other kind of traumatic stress disorders because of the brutal deaths and killings that they have to witness daily. our entire day is destroyed by seeing a dog lying on the road after an accident. So just imagine the mental state of the soldiers who have to go through this day in, day out. A lady who has undergone rape, or a kid who has undergone any kind of sexual abuse by his father, have a high tendency of falling into depression or other mental disorders, because these are events in our life nothing can train us for. Even something as simple as losing of a job can lead a person into depression. Cause number 4. Physical illness and other hormonal imbalances that can cause or aggravate depression. This is applicable to only 1% of the entire 100% people who fall into depression. And by hormonal imbalance, I am not referring to the mythical chemical imbalance that psychiatrists and drug companies use and promote. I am referring to hormonal disorders like hypothyroidism, which is caused when the thyroid gland does not produce thyroid hormone. This is not corrected by taking antidepressants, but by following a proper diet or by taking the medication which will correct this imbalance. Once the balance is attained, the depression will lift off. Depression is also a symptom of brain tumors or other neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson. But again, the biologically oriented psychiatrists are quick to jump into the chemical imbalance theory and prescribing you antidepressants. Any kind of chronic pain or disability like loss of eyesight or loss of limb, which makes the person unable to do any kind of job or involved in any recreational activity, can also push a person into depression. So these 4 are, according to me, the main causes of not only depression but majority of other mental disorders like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, sleeplessness, anxiety issues and so on. It is highly essential that we know the cause of something so that we can take steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones from falling into such states. Let's take cause number 1, the wrong choices that we make in our life. Every day we will be barraged with hundreds of choices. These choices will range from going to booze out with our friends and involving in unloving sex with random strangers, to maybe just taking a walk out in nature or reading a book or volunteering for a charity. Now, there are a lot of people who try to do both of these. They want the best of both worlds, but I highly insist that you do not do that, because on the long run, it will take a toll on your mental health. And believe me, you do not want to see the majority of psychiatrists or psychologists that exist today. They will label you mentally ill before you can bat an eyelid. So always make the choice that will make you grow as a better human being. Remember, there is never a right time to do the wrong thing and never a wrong time to do the right thing. Cause number 2, the choices that others make for us. Yes, when we are kids, the freedom that we have to make choices is quite limited. But as we grow up, a certain amount of power is given back to us. At this stage, it is in our power to forgive our parents or any other adult who has wronged us. And we need to take steps which will help us grow and make us successful people. It will be quite hard, but it should be and can be done. To all parents who are watching this video, I highly insist that you become mentors or guides to your kids, showing them the right, wrong and neutral paths and helping them make the right choice, but never forcing it on them like a dictator or by using any kind of emotional blackmail. Let them make their own choices, but never force it on them. Yes, they might fail a lot of times, but it is highly essential that they go through the feelings and emotions associated with failure and how to overcome it from a very young age. It is your duty to celebrate their failures along with their success. You have to drive down the message that it is okay to fail as long as we get up and continue with full vigor. By doing so, you will be setting them on a path of greatness. Cause number 3, unavoidable events and circumstances in life. To be immune or to be able to overcome such events like death of a loved one, I personally believe that there needs to be a certain kind of spiritual awakening or search for God or search for purpose in life that needs to be cultivated in each one of us. So that it is not the car, the job or the property that we own that defines us. Even if one day we lose all these materialistic pleasures, we should still be able to get up with faith and believe that it all happened for a greater purpose and still be able to move on. So, cause number 4 of physical illness and other hormonal imbalances can be easily identified with blood test, and the necessary medication can be taken for them. So, as you can see, being a psychologist or a doctor or any kind of celebrity does not give me any kind of immunity over any of the so-called mental disorders. But it is the choices that I make on a day-to-day basis that make me who I am and gives me mental peace. So that's it for today's video, and I highly recommend that you check out my friend Naveen's YouTube page Journey to Within. In it, he talks about the events and circumstances in his life that led him into depression and how he was able to find a greater message from it and was able to overcome it. Now he's putting great stuff out there to help people who are going through similar struggles. I have linked to it in the description below. Make sure you guys check it out and subscribe to his channel. But before you subscribe to his channel, there is one important thing that you need to do. You need to subscribe to my channel, and do give me a like if you find this video informative. So until next time, have a nice day and bye bye.